What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. All right, so here's the latest that we have on Lyle Collins, and there's going to be a lot of speculation on exactly what has transpired and what the hell is going on. My understanding is it wasn't that he failed a test per se. It was that he refused to take a test. Okay? So, the NFL, the way they look at it is, if you refuse to take a test, then they basically say, you must have something to hide. And so they count that as a failed test. And what happens is you get docked 5 games. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You get docked 5 games, along with being suspended for 5 games. Lyle Collins' attorneys said that they were filing an appeal, and before the appeal was filed, that basically the NFL sullied his name by releasing the information, and of course they're saying that that has, of course, sullied the chances on the appeal. Be that as it may, what we're looking at right now is the Dallas Cowboys being a little more shorthanded for the next 5 weeks. We have our bye week before the October 31st game against the Minnesota Vikings. Here's where we are here, guys. Michael Gallup is going to be out 3 to 5 weeks. It's possible he comes back before the bye week, but at this point, you don't necessarily rush it because you're going to end up having, you got 6 games and then you got 11 games. The bye week is early for the Cowboys, and maybe you end up letting Michael Gallup sit until that extra week to make sure that thing is healed. Give some of your younger guys a chance. And with this being new charter territory for the Cowboys, as well as everybody in the NFL, 17 weeks is a long time. Ideally, it's a marathon. And this is where hopefully your depth comes in handy. The good news for the Cowboys is we have the Chargers this week, a good team. They're not Tampa Bay, though. They're not the defending Super Bowl champions. You got the Eagles, not a great team by any stretch of imagination. You got the Giants. And who am I missing after the Giants? We got one more team after the Giants. Can't remember who's after the Giants, but they're not. Carolina. So you have a stretch of games that shouldn't be the worst games to play. None of these teams are playoff teams from last year. None of these teams even had a winning record. None of these teams look like they are the team to beat. Now that can change. We'll find out more this weekend. Here's where you can do something, and Mike McCarthy was asked about it. What would be the possibility of Zack Martin? He was asked a few weeks ago about Zack Martin playing tackle again. He's like, of course, we don't want to do that. Zack Martin's our guard. But it goes to the versatility of Zack Martin that he can play that. So here's the thing. If you look at some of the things that they did, it was interesting in preseason with the younger guys where they took Terrence Steele and they played him at both tackles. They took Brandon Knight, played him at both tackles. They took Connor Williams and played him at center. Ideally, what you're trying to do is get combinations of players that allow you to have the best 5 players on the field at any given time, as opposed to saying, we got a couple of great guards, but if the guards aren't injured and we lose a tackle, we don't have good guys to back it up. So you can rotate the line. And this is where we had to do this last year out of necessity because we lost like 5 tackles. Zack Martin got kicked out to tackle, played extremely well because Zack Martin is that kind of guy. you could do that and say, okay, the only change on the offensive line for next week is if Zack Martin is clear for COVID, he gets plugged in to tackle. And you've got still the best combination of 5 guys out there. Caveat here is, and we're going to have to watch going forward, Tyler Badish played really, really well last year at center, being a rookie. Last night, be it one of the best defenses in football, he graded out the worst. Didn't have, had the one bad snap there, just the one bad one that Dak picked it up, threw it for a touchdown, which helped, of course, save his ass. But he did not have a great night. He gave up some bad numbers last night. And in my mind, you had to start thinking that if that continues, you may need Connor Williams to move down and play center. Connor McGovern take over for Connor Williams at guard, and then Zack Martin takes his space back, which means then you're dealing with Brandon Knight, Ty Nsekhe, or Terrence Steele at tackle. It's not an ideal situation, but at least you're not playing, say, Kansas City. At least you're not playing, well, New England's in there too. I think New England may be there. So this is where we got some work to do for the Cowboys. Again, Lyle Collins, he can appeal all he wants, but you're appealing to Roger Goodell. The Cowboys don't get any breaks. They don't get any breaks whatsoever. So expect for him to be out for 5 weeks. Again, at least if we do not have other major injuries between now and the bye week, we could be at least having back by then Gallimore. Expect him to be back maybe in another 2 or 3 weeks. But having Gallimore back, having Michael Gallup back, and then having Lyle Collins, which will give you some more firepower, and hopefully they can be able to play through the season. Today has been a bad Monday. I hope it doesn't get any worse. I hope this is the storm that we have to weather, and that from here on out that things get a little bit better. But damn, we went from feeling really, really good about what transpired last night and being hopeful, that then get slapped in the face by Michael Gallup and now Lyle Collins. But we'll talk about this some more, and can't see the clock. We'll be talking about this some more during my live stream at 9 o'clock. Hope you guys tune in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we, of course, bring you all the news on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Peace.